This is my video response to the question of why do people hate the United States in reference to your video, U.S. citizens opt out from exercising their rights. You stated that the American government doesn't work for American people. That is completely false. It is true that all politicians have a certain element of greed, and they just love power and they want to become politicians. But to say that they don't work for American people, that is completely false. That is absolutely false. You seem like a very intelligent woman, and you understand English very well. I'm sure you watch the news. So I'm very surprised that you say that. You know that in our democratic society, people are elected into office. Whether they want to work for the American people or not is one matter, but they have to work for the American people, because if they don't, they'll be quickly voted out of office. Like, for example, President Bush, he was elected, he served 4 years, and he was elected again to serve another 4 years because people felt that he was working for the American people. If you don't like George Bush, you may feel that he's not working for the American people, but he's just not working for what you believe in. But he is working for the American people. He's most definitely working for the American people. One thing that you need to understand is, you come from a different culture, different background. The United States is a very funny place. You must like it somewhat because you're here. You're obviously old enough to leave if you don't want to be here. There's something about this place that you do like. You are drawn here. I know on Long Island there's a lot of Turkish people. I got a Turkish family living just below me. My son is best friends with the son that lives downstairs. He's a Turkish American. He came here when he was 7 years old. He's 14 now. He goes back and forth to Turkey all the time. His father and his mother brought him here. His father hates this country he speaks very poorly of the United States. His mother loves this country. She has several businesses and she's doing very well. The father, they are now divorced. He's doing horribly. He works in a gas station. He never has money. He's a very poor father. He's just not doing very well at all. And he hates the United States. He's very racist, and he just does not like it here. He travels to Turkey once a year to visit family and friends, but he still comes back. As much as he puts the United States down, he still comes back. Why does he come back? That's a tough question, and that's a question that I would like to know, why they come back. So that's my question for you. You can say why people hate the United States or don't like the United States, but my question to you is, why do people who claim that they don't like the United States, why do they leave and then come back? My theory is that they just don't like anywhere. They don't. They may not like the United States, but they don't like their own country, a lot more, because they wouldn't come back if they liked their country. This country is 260 years old. That's just quick math on the top of my head. It's built mostly on immigrants. People flocking here by the millions. We got 300 million people here. So if this country is so bad, it wouldn't have gotten so large, so rich, and so powerful in the short amount of time that it's been in existence. You got to look at China. China is just starting to grow, and it's only 5,000 years old. England is far older than the United States, but doesn't have nowhere near, our strength, power, economics, political pull, or anything. We're one of the youngest countries in the world, and we have grown to this huge size, and top dog in the political spectrum because of the things that we do right, not because of the things that we do wrong. I really think that your comments about about the United States, sticking their fingers in other countries' asses, I think you need to rethink that. I've listened to a lot of your videos, and I think that you're very smart, you're very intelligent, at least one of your videos, I'm not sure which one it is in my favorites, because what he's saying is very smart and very true, very correct. But this video here, the one I'm responding to, is just loaded with nonsense and rhetoric. And I think you really should be ashamed of yourself, being a Turkish woman living in the United States. To say that we stick our fingers in people's asses is insulting. It's insulting to everybody around you, because you really should know better. Otherwise, if you didn't know better, you wouldn't be here. You would be back in Turkey, where I'm getting the feeling is where you should belong. As far as your comments about Al Jezera, a lot of people say that Al Jezera is like a fair and balanced news media. But I've been to Al Jezera, and I've listened to a lot of articles, and a lot of the articles pretty much coincide with the articles I read here on Fox and CNN. But if you took a look at the cartoons, I've never seen anything so racist and hatred and stupid as those Flash cartoons showing George Bush as a Nazi, constantly bashing Israel. That is just, for somebody, for a news media outlet that claims to be fair and balanced. Again, I don't mean to keep using that word, that term, but to be fair, and then to depict the leaders of other countries as Nazis. That just shows the absolute racism of your culture. And I'm not trying to, and I'm really trying my best not to put down the Muslim world. But if this is what you consider the moderate Muslim thinking is racism and depicting people as Nazis, I think it's shameful. I really do. And one thing you got to remember: the vast majority of the wars that the United States have fought, wars or military operation battles, however you want to put it, since the 1980s, was in defense of Muslims. You need to understand that. Bosnia, our war in Bosnia and Kosovo was in defense of Muslims. Our operation in Somalia was in defense of Muslims. What you were saying is false, untrue, and sickening. And I really think that you owe everybody an apology. If you don't feel that you owe anybody an apology, I think you need to pack your bags and get the fuck out of my country. It's plain and simple. Now, as far as your comment about the Congress accusing Turkey of genocide 100 years ago, from the Ottoman Empire, it is bad timing. I do agree. It is bad timing. But it's also the truth. If the United States was calling, if the United States was saying that Israel conducted genocide 100 years ago against Palestinians or whoever, you guys would be jumping up and down, whistling the Yankee Doodle Dandy. But since that we're saying that the Ottoman Empire has committed genocide against the United States, you're all offended. And the truth of the matter is, you did commit genocide against Americans. Maybe the reason why it came out is because somebody just mentioned it in Congress, said that at some point that this has to be addressed, and you guys really need to own up to it. But at the same time, yeah, this issue was brought up. It was bad timing. But rather than jump up and down and say, "Oh my God, here we are helping you," we're your friends. How could you do this to your friends? Well, the truth of the matter is, if Turkey was truly our friend, they'd own up to their mistakes. It's plain and simple. You don't kick a friend in the balls and not apologize for it when they ask you for a simple apology. I mean, you're our friends, goddammit.